All right, guys, so I'm getting ready to take my pictures. I just went outside for about 2 minutes and gathered some stuff I could find. I have a whole bunch of leaves that have fallen off trees in our front yard, so I picked up a couple of those. I pulled some grass out because our lawn really needs to be mowed, and our lawn is ridiculously tall. I clipped this plant from my yard. I pulled out a couple of weeds, so multitasking over here. And I also then looked around my house to see what else I had that's nature-esque, and I found this giant shell, and then a whole bunch of baby shells because I collect them. So I'm going to try out a few of those. I picked out a couple that I think would have some interesting shapes. So you're just going to look for stuff that has a variety of shapes. The more variety you have, the more interesting it'll be. But also, you only need 5 photos, so you don't need like a ton of stuff. If you can only find one item, you can definitely make 5 photos out of one item if you're creative. It's just a little easier if you have a couple different items. If you don't have access to any of this type of stuff, look around your house, see what you can find. I found some shells. You might also be surprised at all the nature things you actually have. Like you might take a look in your refrigerator. Eggs are part of nature. Vegetables are part of nature. Fruit is part of nature. If you have any pets, they could also technically work, right? So anything that has to do with nature, you can use. But plants is what I think is going to be the most interesting because you're going to get a lot of different shapes. Okay, and I also have 2 pieces of paper here. I just grabbed 2 in case some of my stuff is kind of big. I could overlap my papers so that I have a larger space to take pictures on. You really only need 1, and this is going to be your background. So you'll put your camera in up close so that you don't see any edges, you just see the white, and then you'll place your items on top. So right now, you guys are looking through my photo viewfinder on my iPhone, and I'm going to just play around here. Let's see. I'm going to place some of these grasses on here, and I want to fill the page, so I'm not worrying about it going off because that will add a little bit more interesting. This is called filling the frame, and that's a technique photographers use to make their pictures more interesting. Okay, so I think that looks cool, so I'm going to move my camera closer in to try to crop out any of my table, and I'm going to take the picture. All right, so there's one photo. All right, let's try the shells. Okay, so I'm gonna put the shells on here. Let's see, maybe I'll kind of cluster them a little bit. Now, I could take the picture like this, but there's all this white space around them because they're so tiny. So that's gonna be pretty boring if we just have these little tiny things. So I'm gonna move my camera in super close, right? And focus. I'm clicking on my screen to focus on the shells. I'll take the picture. Notice I have these weird shadows because I'm right underneath my kitchen lights. So I might want to actually move. I don't really want those. Let's see if I can move to a different area of my table that doesn't have those crazy shadows. Or maybe if I block it with my body. I'm going to try to take that shot again. I think I'm going to use the other paper to help me maybe. I'm going to hold the paper up like above to try to shade some of the light. There, that's better. And then we'll take another picture. All right, so there's 2 pictures. Next, I'm going to try out, let's try this thing. I think it will be good just on its own. Kind of fills the paper. I'm going to put it right in the middle. Cool. All right, I'm going to take that picture. There's 3. And then let's do a combo. I'm going to bring the grass back. I think the grass is kind of cool. I like all the lines. Let's add something to it. How about some of these leaves? They kind of have some interesting shapes. Odd numbers are always more interesting too. So if you have like little things, try to grab an odd number of them. So like 3 or 5. Okay, that's kind of cool. All right, move my camera in close to crop out background and take a picture. All right, so how many photos was that? Was that 4? So I need 1 more. Let's see. What if I do, let's put some of these weeds in here with the leaves. Maybe. That looks kind of cool. All right, and I'll take that last photo. And there I've got it. So now I'm going to take all of those photos I just took, and I'm going to upload them to my Google Drive folder that's named my last name, first name, and then photo period, whatever period you're in. And then I'm going to be able to edit them from there. So that's how you take your pictures. Hope you guys are having a great day.